Well, hello there. Today I was going to talk a little bit about playing Warhammer 40K in Tabletop Simulator and other Warhammer related topics because I like Warhammer. However, first we're going to talk about a big gigantic lady in Slaanesh. Slaaneshi things.
This quiet offends Slaanesh.
Look, you got a big butt.
Scream to be heard.
So, if you're into that.
Ours is the cry of chaos.
Very loud here. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we can get back to actual Warhammer things that isn't just a lady with a big butt spinning around in a circle. So that's pretty good. Well, let's load in a map here so that we can have a little ambiance. You know what I mean, Jimmy Dean? So we'll go here, and we'll see. Let's see if we can additive load this map, or if it'll just be too big. It's mostly fine. See, you gotta choose maps of the right size and things, and sometimes they like to come with this extra nonsense, but that's okay. People like to build their maps with all kinds of nonsense on them. Sometimes that's perfectly fine, and sometimes you just gotta say, hey, that's sublime. And this one looks like it's one that people put a lot of effort into, so that's pretty cool. I think this looks like a pretty cool map. Look at that, like, see, like, they made it look like the, there's like a blizzard, so like the ice crystals were blown, and it was like crack, 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 you know? And yeah, I was just going to talk a little bit about my experience playing 40K on Tabletop Simulator and the couple of armies that I've been using. So this right here is my 1K army list that I like bringing. I call it Cultist Uprising. It's got two groups of 20 cultists, both being led by a Dark Commune. They all have Mark of Tzeentch. And basically we just use volume of fire with critical hits, because you get critical hits on 5s and 6s with Mark of Tzeentch when you're shooting. And we just kind of use that in volume to blow up vehicles and things like that. So that's pretty cool. And I have a couple of these Havoc squads with 2 las cannons and 2. These are actually Havoc auto guns, but for some reason I have the Reaper chain cannons, which I think is just because I like the models better. I have these Gal of Warback representing Possessed, being led by a Master Possession. You may notice that I have Alpha Legion boys as my Marines, and that's just because I really like the color of Alpha Legion, and Alpha Legion are actually like my favorite Legion. Forge Fiend. It actually has 3 ectoplasm cannons, but I'm just using this model just because, and I always tell people beforehand. And then this is a 2K list that I just recently made, and this Keeper of Secrets is actually a demon, or it's a Keeper of Secrets model, but I'm using it as a Demon Prince of Slaanesh. You can see there, she's got the big butt. I always think that's kind of funny. It's just like, imagine like you're about to die, and then the last thing you see is just some lady in like weird demonic heels kicking you with a big butt. I just think that's kind of funny. Got some Noise Marines. These guys are actually really fun to use and stuff like that. And I like their weird Mohawk stuff. A couple of Obliterators. 10 Legionaries led by an Exalted Champion. 5 Havocs. Same build as the Havocs over there. 10 Terminators led by a Chaos Magic Boy who is a Sorcerer. Tzeentch Cultists. Mark of Slaanesh Possessed led by Master Possession. Mark of Nurgle, Rhino, so that you can make it invisible and stuff like that, which is kind of fun. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff that you can do in this. And, you know, it's kind of funny because before I started playing a bunch on the tabletop, I probably wouldn't have said that I liked Chaos all that much, or that Chaos would be my one of my favorite factions. But now it is one of the 3 I play the most. I play Chaos Space Marines, regular Space Marines, and Orcs. Those are the 3 that I end up loving a lot. I've also enjoyed playing Tau, but I haven't played them as much. I should probably play them a little bit more. I haven't actually played Eldari yet. I actually got one of my first games against Eldari yesterday, and that was actually pretty fun. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, fella. And the thing that was kind of funny about that was that it was a game that we were 4 hours in, and we were only on the end of battle round 2. There was a variety of reasons for this. One reason was that my kitty cat computer, my big computer that has the meow meow ears on it, decided to crash as we were playing. So then next thing you know, and I had to reload and everything like that. But that only added like maybe 15 minutes to the whole experience. For some reason, it was just taking forever to get through turns. I don't know why. But he was playing Eldar, and it was fun. I was enjoying killing Eldar, and I brought this particular list, and they were doing pretty good. I don't know how it went because we ended up calling it like at the end of the second round because I was just like, dude, we're 4 hours in and we have only gotten to the end of the second round. Like, that is way longer than any of my other 40k games have played. He said it was because he was playing Eldar, and I don't know. It took a while, but it's been a lot of fun. And you know, at first I was kind of not really super enjoying myself because I was going through every different faction, just playing them all, just trying to see which ones I liked. And some of them I ended up liking a lot. Like I ended up really liking CSM. I think they're very interesting, and I really like the synergy they have as units. It's just really cool to be like, okay, these guys have Mark of Slaanesh, so they get this, and then we're going to add like this Master Possession with the Mark of Slaanesh, and that gives us like different stratagems we can use. Our like stratagems that if we use them and they have the Mark of Slaanesh, they get to do special things, and that's really cool. On the Possessed, I've been able to get them to like charge a lot, like because you know they can advance and then charge in the same turn because of the Mark of Slaanesh plus a stratagem. I think it's pretty cool. And I've been playing and trying out a lot of different army combinations, and I find that I just really like having a bunch of cultists. Cultists are just like a fun group of units to bring. And I usually take the vast majority of my guys will have Mark of Tzeentch or Mark of Slaanesh. Those are just like the two gods that I find most interesting. I think Slaanesh can actually be more interesting if you don't do it like directly the normal Slaaneshi way. If you decide to just like I like to imagine they have like an excess of brotherly love, and that they're like really into like helping their compatriots and stuff like that. And I don't know, that's just kind of funny to me. But yeah, these guys are just pretty neat. I really enjoyed playing them, and I also have this list here called Cat's Crumpets, which is my 2K orc list. And let's see here, there's my 1K orc list. I'll just show you just because it's fun. Yeah, those guys go over there. It'll take it a second to load, but I will. Whoop. Whoop. I'll show you all the fun stuff that they got going on here. Highlight, touch. There we go. So yeah, we got a lot of really fun stuff here. Huh. I don't seem to remember putting two boys on Mega Squigosaur things on there. I remember putting that. I don't know, I have to look at the list again. But yeah, I got a couple of kill rigs, and then this is like my 1K point list, which is just, this is just for fun. It's basically just swarms and swarms of orc boys, and it's actually supposed to have 5 mech guns. Where are the mech guns? Oh, this one got the mech guns. This one didn't. That's interesting. Whatever, we'll fix that later. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun to like build these different lists, and like, you know, you can find all kinds of crazy models. Like, look at how good these models are. Look at how much fun these models are. Little Gretchen on there, little twin barreled shotgun, and like big stickas and bomb squigs and all kinds of crazy stuff. And yeah, it's just been a lot of fun to play and meet different people. I will say that some people are like way more into the competitive scene of 40k than I am, and I'm just trying to build lists to have fun, man. And sometimes it means you're gonna get your tail kicked in if they decide to play really meta lists that have all the bestest stuff ever. But you can build some pretty good lists without having to go like, you know, ultra kill zone, man. You don't have to bring like knights into every list, man. I played against a couple of people who like they'll say, "Oh, I'm playing Chaos Demons," but then you look at the list they bring, and there's a Chaos Knight in the list, and it's like, well, that's not a demon. That's a Chaos Knight. It's like, well, yeah, but I need my list to be viable, and it's like, okay, if you say so. And it's like people will. Oh no, the Demon Princess Slaanesh and the Death Dread have become one. That's a weird combination. Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. But you know, it's been real fun to just play all these different games and like throw lots of toy soldiers at each other and, you know, just really get into it. And I've learned to really enjoy quite a few of the armies I've been playing, and orcs and chaos have been my two favorites thus far. And you know, I find that it's very kind of cathartic to just engage in like weird amounts of destruction and chaos and just screaming and going you know what I mean? So it that's pretty fun. I greatly enjoy my orky bits. My good orky boys. Oh, that's why. Because this guy is actually supposed to be over here. I was wondering why there's two and that didn't occur to me. Yeah, no, this is my 1K list. 2 mech guns, the big boy on Squigosaur, 2 groups of 6 Squighog Riders, and 5 Storm Boys. And honestly, this list is pretty okay. Better than you might think. And then over here we got, you know, the 6 Squighog Boys, 5 Mega Knobs, some Storm Boys. Oh, they got all kinds of mixed up. Some Storm Boys, couple mech guns. And, you know... Oh, that's what ended up happening. These are the mech guns that I had with this one. And then these mech guns are models I got later. But yeah, it's been kind of fun. There was one game I played where I had the Gretchen kind of run around and try to capture objectives while like the rest of their while the rest of them were like running about trying not to die. And it was pretty fun to do that. I really enjoyed you know, just kind of embracing the craziness of it and just really having boys rush in. When I was trying to be more tactical and stuff like that, it wasn't as fun to me. But then when I just decided to just do silly things and bring fun lists, like, it's just kind of fun to bring, like, a big guy on the Squighog, you know? And then he can stomp around. Like, imagine you're in town and then all of a sudden, just, boom, big dinosaur orc man comes through and he just starts stomping around. Isn't it just a ball, man? Isn't it just a great deal of fun? Or you could be some little guardsman, they're like running around trying to shoot, and like, oh my god! And you know, there's a lot of fun things you can do as well. Like in Tabletop Simulator, one of the things I really enjoy doing is that I have these models, which are just these are a Felinid guard. You'll see when they actually load in. These are supposed to be Felinid guard, but they use Final Fantasy XIV models. Like the cat, the Mikoti, or however you say it. And yeah, look at it. Isn't that neat? Yeah, see, there's all kinds of Catgirl models, and then these guys are like Ogren bodyguards and things like that, and they're taking care of the... There's some Bulgrins and things, and it's just been a lot of fun to just run around with all kinds of crazy stuff. And people have put some real effort into making good maps and stuff, and it just all comes together to just be a really great experience. And it's pretty much free. I mean, well, not exactly free. You got to buy Tabletop Simulator and then download some stuff, but that's it's mostly free, and you get to have all kinds of games with fun people. And there's also people who play one-page rules and things like that. So if you're into that, or there's all kinds of other games that people play on here. And I've tried Age of Sigmar. I'm just honestly not as big of a fan of Age of Sigmar. I don't know what it is. Just doesn't really click for me as well. But yeah, I've greatly enjoyed. I mean, this is basically just playing with toy soldiers, but like with rules and stuff, so that you can have fun, and there can be a little bit of chaos with what's going on with your toy soldiers, which I think is personally pretty interesting. And it's also been fun because I've met a lot of people in the 40K TTS community who are pretty knowledgeable about the lore, and I can share with them some of my thoughts on certain lore aspects. And like, I've made my own orc clan, and I've made my own Space Marine chapter, my own Chaos Space Marine war band, and all this other stuff. And I have my own Necron dynasty, and their whole thing is they're basically just like big weird gardeners from like outer space, and I think that's just a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just been a real ball, and I just kind of wanted to share and just talk with you guys about some of the fun stuff I've seen and done, and like there's all kinds of cool models. And like if for instance, if you're into Alpha Legion, there's like this really cool Alpha Legion mod. Like, look at the crazy detail on these legionaries. Don't they just look awesome? Man, I really like them. And I've been using those guys for as my regular Chaos Space Marine legionaries. And there you got this cataphracti Terminator armor back here with chain fists or power fists and things like that. And this is like the Chaos Sorcerer guy. And I think they're just all real neat. Or like these Galvorback. Like, look at the crazy detail on them. And the little fires that are coming off of the Master of Possession. I do find it funny that there's just like this grenade launcher guy who kind of looks like he's like swaying to the side, just trying to pop that grenade around the corner. But yeah, I would really, really highly encourage folks to come check this stuff out. And you can build your own armies and build your own stories and lore and things like that. And I think that's like one of the best parts about Warhammer 40K and just Warhammer Fantasy, and the whole Warhammer hobby, or wargaming in general, really, is that you can kind of build your own stories within the universe and share them with other people, and you can have other people like look at the stuff you've created and be like, wow, that's neat. And sometimes they'll also be like, hey, that's not lore accurate, rah, 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 rah. But then you can say, hey, it doesn't have to be 100% lore accurate. It's for me. And you get to have all these kinds of fun stories and things like that. And I've been enjoying just running around and making new friends and throwing toy soldiers at people and having my weird Slaanesh tentacles choke people and then go, hey, we taste like cotton candy. And then my orc guys go, hey, wanna wah? Wanna wah? And then they charge into you and go, blah, 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 blah. And it's all kinds of goodness. Goody good gumdrops, you know what I mean? It's goody gumdrops for your soul. So, I would highly encourage everybody to check it out. And if you want, there's pretty easy to get into this. You can get the FTC competitive base mod for 10th edition. Load it up, and then you can just additive load a map, and then you just download the different armies that you like, so you can bring them up, or you can use the special links in the TTS Warhammer Discord server, Warhammer 40k Discord server. You can find it by just going on Discord and looking up Warhammer 40k or Warhammer 40k TTS. And I would suggest going in there and clicking on it and being like, hey, teach me to play. Please and thanks. Give me spanks. But don't give me spanks as in spanking butt. Give me spanks as in the pants spanks. Very good. Anyway, I hope that you all have an absolutely wonderful day, and I love you all, and God bless you, and bye-bye. And also, the orcs say goodbye, and these chaos boys say goodbye, and these chaos boys say goodbye, and all the cat ladies over here, they also say goodbye. They say bye with little hands, and they wave in the air at you. So, goodbye.